Why is it that there are so many musicians that just can't seem to finish their tracks? I see so many forums on Gear Sluts and you fill in the blank kind of music forum where people just can't seem to finish their tracks. They spend hundreds and hundreds of hours. What is the problem? I'm here to help you solve that on Music Production Simplified. Welcome to the Music Production Simplified YouTube channel. I'm Jesse Hafmeister, and I'm here to help you create a more productive workflow by optimizing your brain, because when you think right, you act right. So today's topic and issue for discussion is the fact that musicians just can't seem to finish their tracks. Why? What is the big deal? On average, it takes me 8 to 12 hours to finish a track from start to finish. That is the recording, mixing, and mastering phases of making music. Now, of course, this doesn't include creating a cover art. This has nothing to do with the marketing. That's all extra labor that you're gonna have to put time in later. I'm just talking about the actual music creation process, okay? So let's just focus on that today. So again, these people on these forums, they just get stuck and they just feel like, oh man, I've been working on this track for months, and I've heard people even say upwards of like a year or two, and I'm like thinking, what in the world is going on? Like, why are people so stuck? Like, what is this issue? And really, it comes down to one thing. It's the fact that people don't know how to commit. That's it. It's a fear of committing. It's a fear of not feeling good enough. It's imposter syndrome. Like, again, this is a theme on this channel where I'm just gonna tell you that you really just need to do it. You need to commit. You need to finish. You need to start and you need to end. Stop creating tons of tracks and never finishing them. You're not going to get better as a musician until you call something done. Once something is done, then you can faithfully move on to something else and faithfully finish that. That is really the key, guys. It's really simple. You just need to finish. You need to call things done and literally be done with it and move on to the next thing. It's okay to not feel like it's a perfect track. And I think that this is the problem, is people think that no, it needs to be perfect. I need to figure it out. It needs to just be exactly the way that I envisioned it. But that's just not realistic. Naturally, things just take time to build, one block in front of the other. This is a common theme. We're going to keep talking about this idea of one step at a time, one block at a time, knock down this wall, then knock down that wall. You just got to keep pressing in, keep going forward. It takes time, and that's fine. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you should finish a track in half an hour. I see these crazy YouTube videos. It used to be a thing, Andrew Huang and
I'm gonna make a song in 59 minutes.
And what's his name? Rob Scallon.
The challenge today is I want to record a song in 1 hour.
Like they did these really roomy.
Time to make a song in not 60, not 59, but 58 minutes.
Did all these cool videos where they did like a track in like half an hour, or whatever it was. I can't remember. Sometimes it's even, I think there was even like one where it was like a track in
30 seconds.
I'm gonna record a 3-minute song, 30 seconds.
And then I'm like, it's entertaining, but like, let's be real. Like a real actual song is gonna take more time than that, especially if you're planning things out and you're composing, because a lot of these people had like ideas beforehand when they went in. They didn't just go in like dry, There's a lot of things that go into the process of making a song, more than people realize. But on average, I would say if it's taking you more than 20 hours to create a track from start to finish, you're spending way too much time. And look, I don't want to rush the process. A lot of people say, hey, I want to spend the time. I want to take it delicately. I want to, but here's the thing. So you can't afford as a musician to keep spending loads amount of time on a track. You need to finish something so you can move on and go to the next thing, because you're not going to progress as a musician, especially if you're doing this as a career. Like you need to get things done. And as artists, like at the end of the day, there's not truly anything that's going to be considered done until you call it done. So start calling things done. Like when you've reached that limit where at a track where you're already recorded and you're mixing, and maybe you did mastering. I don't know if you do that, like if you use automated mastering like eMastered or something afterwards, or if you do mastering like Ozone or whatever it is. But when you're literally hitting that wall, like when you've reached the limit, right? Once you reach that limit, give it a look over, right? Make sure the volume is right. Make sure the panning is right. Whatever EQ, compression, whatever it is that you're normally doing on your tracks, and say, okay, it's done. And I'm not going to work on this any longer. And I'm going to move on to the next track. And that's fine. That's totally fine. That's because a lot of people, they just, for some reason, they just get so stuck in the middle. And then guess what happens? They lose ambition, they lose motivation, and they just give up on the track altogether. And it's so frustrating because it's like you put so many hours into making this track and now you're just going to throw it away? Why? What a waste. What a waste of time and potential. I mean, yes, okay, you could argue that you've learned things along the way, right? But you're not learning the most important thing, and that's that you need to commit. You need to finish. So I don't want to sound like a dead record. I could go on and on and on. If you guys want to know more about this, let me know in the comments below. Let me know your guys' experience. Have you guys experienced this? I'm sure you have. Let me know. Let's talk about it. Let's find a way to help each other grow. Let's throw out some ideas. How can we optimize our brain to think better and to work not necessarily harder, but to get somewhere faster in a shorter amount of time by thinking smarter, not working harder necessarily. Although there should be a balance. Let's not get extreme. It's not just black and white here. So anyways, it's been me, Jesse Hafmeister. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope I helped you create a more productive workflow by optimizing your brain. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Hey, if you liked this video, would you mind leaving a like, commenting, subscribing, and hitting that bell notification? It helps this channel grow and helps me be able to create more content for you guys. And if you want me to cover something specific, let me know in the comment section down below. If you'd like to take your music journey and career even further, I created a free PDF guide on how to create a more productive workflow by optimizing your brain and the top 10 ways to do that. It'll be right here or in the description below.